do. Yeah. One of these days you'll remember the inverse node automation. I don't like it! I don't like it. It's partly because it was shown to me by that prick Saturnus, so I don't like it. Good lord, what is all that? It's some automation. I'll show you when it's built. It's probably easier, but this is really basic. It's basically an Atmos sensor going to an AND gate, and the other signal on the AND gate is an element sensor. I want it to only work if the pressure is above a certain amount and the gas is above a certain amount. Some people don't do this. I'm going to do it like this because I don't plan on having filters. I'm just going to go rogue with no filters. For now, anyway. Later on when I've got more time and or patience, I might put mechanical filters in everywhere, but for now I can't be asked. So all it's basically is, there's a filter gate here. So this signal on the output of the gas element sensor will need to be on for a certain amount of time before it will give a solid signal here. That means that this has to be in oxygen for 2 seconds before it'll give me a positive signal, and providing that's positive and that's positive, then the pumps can work. So it means I get the right gas that I'm looking for. By the way, how did you deal with the lack of water on the asteroid near the game? I had like one tiny pocket of water and it screwed me over big time. Any advice is welcome. I had a tiny amount of water myself, Annabelle. I melted a bit of water. I had a tiny amount of water myself. I melted some ice. So originally I had a little pitcher pump here, and I melted some ice in my starting water. That gave me quite a buffer. And then as soon as I got some water coming from my sieves, I dumped a little pool down here, and that's about all I've used so far. So, that's about it. You like the systems that naturally separate the gases. Too slow, JD. Too slow. Just too slow. Oh, they've changed this as well. I've not built one of these yet. See, they've got this like red band around them now. That's kind of cool. So we'll set these to oxygen. These will all need to be powered. I've not figured out what I'm going to do with the power yet. I might just do it all heavy watt and just do a couple of transformers coming into here. The only problem is it's going to get hot as balls, so the automation up here will do something similar. So let's say we've got an element sense. This is going to be all over the place. Dirty ladder. That'll do. That'll be okay. Oh, was that the random bridge I built ages ago? Did I not actually delete it? God damn it. Alright. So, power-wise, what do we work this out as? It's going to be 480, 960. It's too much for one circuit, so I think we do just want to put heavy watt wiring, maybe. You've got a nice one that does 3 kilos of O2 per tick, which is natural gas flow, as in setting it through riffled tiles. Playing this map makes you feel like I'm playing on you for the first time again, early game at least. Yeah, I was exactly the same, Annabelle. A long time away from the game, plus coming back to this map, it's like a new game. It's good fun. It's good fun, I'm enjoying it. Yeah, like, I don't know, 2 seconds. I still run the risk of picking up some hydrogen here, but it'll be alright. Force hydrogen to the top into 1 gas pump and the O2 to the bottom through 6 gas pumps. Right. Force it passively. You said natural gas separation. Natural gas separation? What do you mean? Like passive. Naturally separate the gases. I'm confused. This is a babby one, don't forget. We're only doing a small one. This is extendable as much as you want. What I should have done was give myself a heavy wire from here. Which I've still got time to do now, I guess. If I just bang a couple of ladders in here. This will really piss my dupes off a bit. Anna 1. I'm sorry, but that isn't permitted here. You'll have to speak English. I'm sorry, I have no idea what the hell you just said. Right. Small self-power oxygen generator that separates the gases with no very limited automation. Just uses 4 atmo sensors. I'm waiting for you to explain what it is, JD. Because at the minute I'm thinking it sounds terrible. But I'm curious. I'm always curious. I would like to know what you're talking about. You say things in very, like, guarded ways. Like, there's very little that, like, the community is not aware of. People share things. You know? That's why I'm confused. Anna was offering money to those who visit their page. Oh, I see. Oh, that is a shame. That is such a shame, actually. Well, oh well. The rules are very simple for this channel. We went over them earlier, if you remember. Don't be a dangus. See Rule 2. See Rule 1. Rule 3 is combine them all. Rule 4. You banned. B. Yeah, this'll be fine. This'll be fine. Some people would say this was incredibly lazy, not me. I'll take it. Post in Discord, let's have a nosy. But this is nothing, JD. Hold on. I'll just show you on stream. So this is something that's been around for a very long time. Okay, the idea that hydrogen goes above. Your pump is actually in the wrong place. Your pump should be there. For starters, that's where it should be, to allow you to create enough suction to actually bring the gases this way. This is how it was always done. This is how it was always done to begin with. The only problem with this is that if you don't pull your gases at a decent enough rate, you end up deleting gases. Now that may have changed in the recent updates, because again I'm a little bit out the loop here, but this is how it was always done. This is just how it is. The only problem with this is if you ever pull too much gas, it isn't 100% safe. You still need a filter on it. Like, if you ever have a pressure drop, then you're fucked. So you need more automation to make it more bulletproof, if you like. But no, this is how it was always done, mate. This is old school. But, yeah, that's why I was curious. Like, when you were saying natural separation, I wondered whether you meant... There used to be another thing that people did. Which was basically like... imagine something like this. Like this. It was when gas behavior was slightly different, but you could do things like this, alright? And then what you basically have is a pump up here and a pump up here, and oxygen could never manage to get its way up here. Oxygen would never ever get up here. You'd have your electrolyzers down here, and your hydrogen would basically overpressurize certain areas, and then your hydrogen would just trickle up to the top. It would have no other way of getting up there. That's why I said it was too slow. Because the problem with this is you're relying on the packets sort of working the way up here and meandering up here. Do you see what I mean? So you'd have like a pump there or a pump there or something. Oxygen would never be able to get up. As long as you had 1 gram of hydrogen in these tiles, it would be fucked. Because again, only 1 element per tile. But the problem with those is they're super slow. So if you want oxygen in a hurry, you just need to put a shitload of pumps in. Use the pumps to manage your pressure. But again, I could be talking nonsense. That might be different. If it's wrong, correct me. If it's wrong nowadays, let me know. Like, we have done many electrolyzer builds. We've done many, many variations. We've created some pretty cool ones. We've done some pretty derpy ones just for the hell of it. We once had a base that was completely managed just with Atmos sensors. Like, all the pressure, all the gas. There was no filtration. It was all just done with Atmos sensors to keep the base pressurized to a certain level, a certain height in the base. Done all these different things, but the problem is a lot of them are throttled in some way. A lot of them have bottlenecks in some way. It's why I like this build. You can extend it as much as you want. It's modular. You can go as far as you want with it. Are raw scrubbers useful yet? No, I don't think so. Users design similar and I've never had oxygen in my hydrogen. I do get hydrogen in my oxygen. Well, that's the same thing. That's contamination. That's what I'm saying, Moondrake. It just depends on how the pressure fluctuates. If you take too much oxygen out, the hydrogen can come down. If you take too much hydrogen out, the oxygen can come up. It's contamination. That's what you want to avoid. That's kind of the thing. But again, it depends on what you need. Is if you're not that arsed, you know, if it doesn't need to be perfectly clean, then it's fine. If you're filtering it at the other end anyway, it doesn't matter. But the only thing you risk doing is when you get these other packets that come in, you end up throttling your pumps. Your pumps have got nowhere to move their packets, so they stop. So, meh. I'm only telling you things that we've discovered ourselves, you know? I'm not trying to shit on your build, it's just there are certain ways around things to make it more efficient. Like, this is not the best build. This used to be a pretty solid build, but I'm sure there are better ways of doing it now. There's some new designs that abuse the gases' natural way of hop and dive when they were mixing. They're pretty much power positive, but waste a bit of output thanks to random small packet deletion. Those are pretty neat. Yeah, that's been a thing for a while with Spirio. Like, people manipulating the fact that gases, you know, will only go horizontally, or do you know what I mean? But since they changed the behaviors, I'm not fully like read up on it. I'm not fully versed in it. But didn't want to do that. Didn't want to do that at all, actually. Yeah, I'm not really all that well read up on it right now. Heavy watt wire, let's get rid of you. Alright, so let's tidy up this room. Like, I've got a feeling this build itself is going to fail hard, because I've got a sneaky feeling that I'm going to have to put more cooling in up here. But we'll see. This new one's pretty hardcore theory crafted since the theory first came out. Yeah, I will get around to doing some tinkering at some point and get a bit more, because I don't like being uninformed on subjects, especially when I'm getting asked questions on it. But at the moment, I just am. I'm not that in the loop. But I don't know. Like, here's my take on things at the minute. Right, I went on the forums like a week ago for the first time in ages, 6 months, and I saw people posting builds that were outdated a year ago, and they're posting them like new builds. Like, people are reinventing the wheel with other people's forgotten knowledge. That's the only way of putting it. So the forums are full, and it's partly down to Klei. It's partly Klei's fault, if I'm honest, because their forums are terrible the way they archive posts. So there's lots and lots of builds that have been lost to the void that is the Klei forums, because the forums are terrible, unfortunately. So people are like coming out with builds and thinking they've come up with something new, but it's ancient. It's something that's been around for, you know, God knows how long. Which is a shame, really, because like you'd think a lot of these things would be kept for posterity, or whatever, but no, just no. Where was I going to go with this wastewater? Wastewater could go up there, but I need to make sure I've got room for it. Most of the actual new stuff is from some random Korean forum. Yeah, I think the first sort of builds that I saw using like liquid waterfalls and to move gas and stuff, they're all from like Korean sites. My waste dirty polluted water from here. Should I just sieve it? Plan having no filtering. I use perfect automation loop for my system. I can keep 4 electrolyzers working 100% time unless there's no way for oxygen to go. TS said, there's many ways of doing this, buddy. It's literally what I just finished saying. Like, it depends. Like, I plan on having filters before anything goes into my tanks, because I don't want dirty tanks. I don't want any sort of contamination. If anything fails, as long as I've got a filter before my gas tanks, I'm fine. It triggers the hell out of me that I've got a tile of 58 grams of carbon dioxide in here. That happened because of a piping derp. Had I had it filtered on the way in, it would never happen. So I will probably have mechanical filters on all of these on the way in, if they still work in the same way anyway. When we could drip some cold water into metal tan, it would cool down a huge tank of liquid. Yeah, the old drip cooling. It's got a black hole for moving mobs with critter traps for the second time. Not sure if it's too many mobs or maybe something else entirely. That's weird. Always run out of water since it gets used for everything. Maybe I need to be better at recycling and cleaning the germs. Yeah. Filters still work the same. Okay. Alright, let me just think for a second, guys. I need to think where this wastewater is going to go. So here's my cold water coming in. Do I just put it back in here? I mean, it's going to be 20 degrees, so I could do more with it. As in the real ones or the lightweight automated? Yeah, mechanical filters, mate. The ones with automation ain't mechanical. They're something else. You mean like a element sensor and a gas shut-off? They're not mechanical filters. Mechanical filters are just basically 2 bridges and a valve. Can I ask you a new question? Can you explain how to set up loops so the pipes don't get blocked? Mine always get blocked, so I'm forced to work with a clock sensor to allow just a bit of liquid at a time through the loop. I have no idea what I'm doing wrong. It depends where your input feed's coming in. So I did it on the first stream, Annabelle, because I'd not done one in ages. I cot blocked one of mine and had to let some liquid out. I think it was this one. So it depends where your bridge comes in. It's about priority. So like this loop here, you can see we've got our liquid shut off where it's dumping out our excess water when we're too hot, and that'll loop it through here. With this bridge, it's looping through here. If I put this bridge after the input, then it would keep it solid. As long as you've got it afterwards and every packet can flow. Sorry, I'm trying to phrase that. If I'd have put this bridge here, it would have balked everything. With it being here, no, here, it's fine. If it was there, it would have balked it. If that makes sense. It probably doesn't. It probably doesn't make sense. Let me finish this, and then I'll probably end up building another one I'll show you. Wastewater, sieve it into the electrolyzers. No, but it's still cold. It's cool water. That's a waste of temperature. I'm not doing that. I wanna merge it back into this and make this 30-degree water cooler. I think. I just can't decide how I want to do it. This line, isn't it? Which is already a bit congested, but I think that's the line I want to go to, so fuck it. Got a lot of plumbing around here. Fuck. Got a lot of plumbing. I keep pressing R to rotate. That's how rusty I am. Shit. Yeah, you're gonna go in there. And then we can connect you up. Get this swept quickly. Anyway, did they remove the germ retention from wastewater in the sieve? Did they remove it? I think if you put in germy water through a sieve, it will give you germy output, I believe. Because that's why we had some germy water. Although it seems to have cleared up. Shit, I need to cook some food. What am I doing? Edible. Should make some more tofu. But we've run out of beans now as well, haven't we? Got 62 kilos of nosh beans. We're running out of food. It's happening. I'm not doing any harvesting or anything. I'm not doing any growing. We're living off some beans that we grew 200 cycles ago. 100 cycles ago. Jeez. I know everybody keeps saying the same strat. It's filthy TSZ and I'm not going to do it. It was around when I last played and I didn't choose to use it. I ain't using it now. It's dumb. It's really dumb. I won't do it. Right. So I set all these up, didn't I? Oxygen. Set this one to hydrogen, yeah. I don't have any tanks for these things yet. So we'll probably put an oxygen tank in down here. I think I've got to break into it. Let's just do this and see what happens. Fuck it. Disinfect everything in the steam generator room. Some zombie spores. That's nice though. That's a nicer way of doing things. I think that's a good way of doing things. Oh shit, it's not powered. Dupe. We're pissing away slush water. Getting built. Beautiful. Nice. Right. This is going to probably chill our base quite a lot, but it's fine. Don't worry. So, I'm thinking that we'll have a merging tank down here somewhere. And we will try... It's going to be a nightmare. I really wish I hadn't done this. We have sort of still got access over here. Let's build a liquid lock or something here. Try and get in. I'm going to want this sort of insulated before I build anything else. Just put a germ sensor after the temp and loop it back into the cleans. Yeah. So I'm proud of for early games using the printer pod's light to reach both research stations and the hamster wheel to provide a free 15% boost to work efficiency. Nice. That's nice. Yeah, we used to use the printing pod for crops. When you used to get a bonus for your crops. It used to be a good one. You used to be able to. There used to be threads on how many crops you managed to get into your area. Yeah. Right, we're gonna need to run these circuits down in a minute. So we have got like 4 circuits we can use, plus this one at the top as well. But I'll just do this first. We'll get this tidied up, and then I can put an oxygen storage here. Now our pumps are going to come from our oxygen store. We'll just do like 6 pumps in the oxygen room, I think. Something like that. Right. I did say we're going to get our arbor trees growing when we get to 100k lumber, but we still got a bit of room. We're still breathing for now. So let me get this tied together. Then I want to play with this. How can I get in here? Let's just do that. I'm just building a mass here because I can't be asked figuring out what I'm doing. My throat's going again. It's a better alternative to the room requirement. I kind of liked it. I kind of liked the room requirement. It made you light up your bases. I'd love it if they went back to the old days and actually made the asteroid dark again. That would make me my happiest. But I can't see them ever doing that, honestly. What am I doing here? Boop, boop, boop. Could you lower the game volume a bit? It's loud in your voice. It's because I'm zoomed in. It's because I'm in close. Used to get a small buff when we had lights. I'd like more if the asteroid was darker. Yeah, so we can actually see what's lit up. Yeah, that's what I'd like. Barsil, how's it going, buddy? Yeah. Well, if you remember the early games, let's see if I can find some early... let's see. Early Oni pics. I don't know. If you remember their early... like how the game was early, it used to be black. Black and dark and miserable and dank. Like this. Where's this taking me? That's an early picture. Look how much more vibrant and cool that is. Look how cool that is. That's the game that I fell in love with. That was the game. Gases looked cool and everything looked cool. It was dirty. It's real dirty. You know what I mean? Look how dank it was and like... I don't know. This kind of sucks. Like if you had a carbon dioxide pit, you knew you had carbon dioxide. Like it was black. I don't know why they went all artsy fartsy, pretty, fucking meh. But I liked it when it was dark and dingy. Like I don't know. Even that's more appealing to me. Like they've changed the gases so much. Yeah, that was the previous search. They changed it so much. And don't get me wrong, I liked how colourful and vibrant it was when we started. But I would like it if once you started digging things out, it just got dark, you know? There's no light sources. Why is it so light? I don't know. I'm careful not to show a dick or something. Anyway, close. I played the game at that time. Yeah, it was nice. I say I think I genuinely did prefer it. Making a right hash of this because I'm not thinking. Let's just put you there. Just stop looking at me. It's a very bright place for being an unlit cave. Exactly. Exactly. Bit of crude. Bit of salt water, bit of water. Forgot about the carbon dioxide trolling me. Oh, it's a vacuum. Why is that water not falling down? Oh, because the salt water is occupying this tile. Derp. Derp, derp, derp. Right, you go in there. Right then, you bastards, let me in. Coming in. Should like the caves and don't start with bioluminescent fungus or something. Closer start is a little further where you dig, the darker it gets. Yeah. Yeah, things like that would have been nice. But hey ho. You know, they've got their art style, and it looks pretty, don't get me wrong. It doesn't look eerie and cool and dangerous and ominous and funky. It just doesn't. It's just going to let a little bit of gas through. Should I just do this first to be safe? I don't think it should. We'll see. Mining hats with lights in them. Exactly, that's the thing. It would make the hats worthwhile. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why they made it so light and airy-fairy. I would have preferred it if it was darker, honestly. But again, that's just me. That's just me. Delicious. Question was on the other side of what is on the other side that replace wall passes through for some reason. Yeah, I would have thought with the pressure in here being so high though, I would have been okay. I would like to get rid of this little trolley packet of carbon dioxide, but meh. Catch the CO2 packet. Catching will be a nightmare. It'll delete itself eventually, I'd imagine, but meh. I should probably do the other walls as well whilst I'm in here, shouldn't I? God, this is annoying. Super annoying. I don't know why I didn't just build them all insulated early on. I think it was because I actually wanted the cooling from the carbon dioxide at the time, but I didn't think of the repercussions later. Man likes his mushrooms, I do. Laserjack, thank you very much for the follow, buddy. Welcome, 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 welcome. How the devil is your day going? Yeah, that should be fine. Lovely. Build tiles like chess. Nah, I'm not that ass, mate. It's a tiny little packet of carbon dioxide. It looks... Where is it? Oh, it's down here now. Is it? Hold on a minute. It dead. It done dead. The carbon dioxide is dead. So I mean, sometimes it happens, it'll just get deleted. Again, need I remind you, the game is still a little bit janky at times. And with high pressure, things have to get deleted, so... Still don't know what we're going to fill these spaces up for. I left these as like little work areas. Like I've got the sieve over here and... Don't know. Don't know what we're going to do with that space just yet. Alright then. Quick sweep and profit. We're out of it. We're going to lose a bit of CO2, but meh. A bit of chlorine, but I don't really care. You don't understand why did it deaded? It just happens sometimes with high pressure gases. This is like 37 kilos of gas in here. If that carbon dioxide was like in this tile when this erupted, or found its way over here slightly, in some way, it would get deleted. Ah, well, it's a good job of going back into this room, isn't it, motherfucker? Yeah, it just happens. I don't think it is the game engine. I don't think it's the engine that does it. I don't think it's intended. Because there was a bug for a long time where gases were moving through multiple tiles because they had nowhere to go. I did a bug report, like basically recorded a video showing them it happening. I had like a little tiny room where I was overpressurizing with airlocks and gas was moving like 4 tiles through 4 solid tiles and into another area, like another pocket. So I don't think it's the game engine, I think it's just as... Well, I don't think it's intended. I think there's just some janky things in the game engine. I could always use this lock here once I seal this up and go up here with the ladder. That's probably the quickest way of doing this, isn't it? I am conscious of food, but I don't know if I care. I'm conscious there's a problem, but I don't know if I care about it. How can I get rid of that chlorine? Let's do that first. Also going to vacuum for insulation. At one point tiles gas just got deleted, yeah. It's a little bit weird. But oh well. Well, we've got an untidied our thing, as I say. If I now do a spot of this, I'll rip these out for a minute. This was to remind me what plants I wanted. So, we want some Arboria. We'll need to get that done soon. We've got loads of acorns, because we had the infinity tree, didn't we? 2.380928. Somebody's had a bit of a bean. I don't know why they've done that. I might do some of them nosh beans. Now that I've seen how much food they generate, I might do some nosh beans. But what was the other thing that you needed for it? Carbon dioxide. It's just polluted water, isn't it? Oh, and dirt. Oh, and ethanol. I thought they needed polluted water. 20 kilos a cycle. But they were delicious. Didn't we get some thimble reeds at one point? I thought we got some thimble reed seeds at one point. No? Motherfucker. I thought we had some thimble reed seeds. So I was quite happy that we could now finally grow some. Oh, balls. Oh well. You can be deleted. Oh, they changed from polluted water to ethanol. When did that happen? Yeah, let's build this. Last patch. Okay. Motherfucker. I was going to say, because we fed some, didn't we, with the cold polluted water. I was quite happy that we'd had like so much polluted water that we could grow some. But no. Cut blocked. Cut blocked I was. Ooh. Oh no, hold on a minute. I need to seal this, don't I, whilst I'm doing it? Which means I'll need to open this again and rip out the pumps. Oh, that sucks. That really sucks. Alright, I thought it was going to be a 2-second job. It's actually going to be a 4-second job, which makes me sad. Oh, we read it on stream. I think I might have read it and not really realised the implications of it. Because I did want to grow some of the beans, but if we have to get ethanol for it... I've not done an arbor farm yet, so I don't know how plentiful it is. I don't know how much stuff you actually get from it. But we'll see. My boys aren't going to be able to get through here, are they? What a pain in the ass this turned out to be. Haven't heard of an ethanol geyser, but the world gents putting ethanol lakes in the rust biomes. Yeah, I did see that. When I started my single player game, or I think I started a game for debug, I can't remember what it was. We got the ethanol lakes, and you get a fuckload of it as well. They have given you a lot of it. But, yeah, we didn't get that. We started our game too early, so we didn't get that. Another reason why not to play the pre-release. We got some ethanol pockets in the new map, yeah, lots of it. Seems very rich. Very premium. Alright. So now I'm going to have to seal this up. Once we've done this, seal it up, go do this, and then work my way back down. Kinda sucks. Let's get rid of all this crap up here. Ripping all this shit out. Yeah, let's do both of them, don't I? Ah, the joys of a derp. Oh. No, I probably don't need to do that there, do I? Oh well, fuck it, I've done it now. What a right pain in the ass. Whilst I'm doing that, let's get this done. It's gonna feel nice to get a lot of our oxygen consolidated. Sweep. No, I'm not finished in here yet. We need to go back in here. Once these tiles are replaced, I've got to go back in and do this. Don't worry. It'll be clean, Q-Zone. We're not finished. I had to rip the pumps out, don't forget. They're not going to be able to reach all this, are they? Alright then. I've not done any exploring in ages. I've not done anything really. Just been, like, today's just been capping geysers and much piping. Not that that's a bad thing, because we needed the water. And we should now, hopefully, have a decent supply of water up here for our electrolyzers, which we do. 70 degrees. Could be better, but whatever. And then we've got some cold water here that we can actually get to as well. So if I run some power down here, we could actually get ourselves some cold water so that we've got some for finishing some more research and bits. High pressure does wonders for stress levels without atmospheres. I don't really care. I don't care about that. It's such a short-lived thing, the popped eardrums. Well, things have changed. The one I really don't like to change the weeds warts. Having to put them in farm tiles sucks. A lot of people don't like that change, mate. I don't think you're alone there, but yeah, it is what it is. They were overpowered as fuck before. Like, you could do your entire base with just Weezewarts. That says a lot, doesn't it, really? Yeah, exactly, Lapsus. It's trivial now. Yeah. I understand a lot of people say the same thing about the Weezewarts. I really don't care. I don't think I've used any Weezewarts yet. I've got this one little boy down here. He's just chilling. He's just doing his own thing. But in fairness, I was surrounded with ice biomes, so I've just sort of let them battle it out. Yeah, Weezewarts used to be one of my favourite things to tinker with for, like, liquefying carbon dioxide, chlorine, things like that. But it's not a big deal, really. Not a big deal. What did they change about Weezewarts? Oh, problem, they're totally different now, mate. They consume shit. They have to be cultivated and farmed. They have to be grown and nurtured and loved. If they're in the wild, they do zip bupkis. Zip bupkis! How do you cool your base? I normally focus on cooling my oxygen laser jet. So I try and cool my oxygen that's coming into the base, and then that cools everything off. And then a lot of the builds that are going to generate heat, I do as closed builds. So that basically, like here, for example, this is obviously pretty primitive at the minute, but my oxygen that's coming in is at 19 degrees, 20 degrees, and the reason it's that is because I'm cooling my oxygen in here. And likewise, my electrolyzer setup ultimately over here, probably be a bit colder, but that should be when everything's running constantly, like, 20 degrees as well. So that'll keep my base cool when that's coming in. At the moment, we're sort of between stages at this particular second. But I generally cool the oxygen coming in, because you're always pumping oxygen into your base. It makes sense to cool that. But yeah, you can do other things as well. Like, some people do, like, radiators in the middle of the base. Mushrooms! Ah! Goodness. We've done it before. We've had, like, a block of solid material in the base and, like, cooled it with Weezewarts on doors and things like that. Some people like to do a big old radiator through their entire base to cool off everything, but I find just cooling your oxygen more often than not is enough. Personally, like. So if I just deconstruct this boy, like putting Weezewarts in the wall planners, it's more annoying to me than the phosphite wall requirement. No, the phosphite requirement. That is how AC works, yeah. But no, some people used to do things like in the centre of their base. I mean, we did it once where we had metal tiles, like a wall of metal tiles. I can't build any because I'm a poor boy. And then through the metal tiles we had conveyors. And on the conveyors we had cold material. And this block of metal was what was cooling our base. But wasn't really that good. It's very localised. But yeah, different people do different things. Some people just like to bang in ice sculptures and just mop all the time, and kind of depends what you're into. Depends what you want to do. Cold biomes can't stay cold with only wild warts in them, which seems problematic. Wild warts are so bad now, they don't do shit. I think they want the cold biomes to melt, though, because then it's an incentive for you to get out and fix them. So I don't think they want anything to be permanent anymore. That's the impression I'm getting anyway. Koosh. 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 Much carbon dioxide. There we go. Okay then. So let's get this stuff out. Let's put our pumps back in, and we'll need to put these tiles back in as well. Were these gold pumps? Fuck it, they are now. And sweep the bejesus out of it. So for those of you that have ever asked in the past, how can you get back into these things? This is how. This is different. Liquid is different. Liquid is a bit more tricksy. But yeah, a liquid lock can fix shit up. It takes time, you gotta be careful. But you can get back into these overpressurized boys afterwards. It's just a bit of a faff. It's a bit of a faff. Alright then, so now that's done, I feel a bit better. It's not perfect, but it'll do. And then I'm going to want some, I think, crude oil in here to be safe. Yeah, we'll just piss this away. Yeah, they're just going to drop that down. The reason I did water and salt water was because it'll only fall down to the crabs down below if there was a spillage, so I wasn't really that fussed whatever happened. I just want to make sure we only get a tiny bit of oil delivered now. Who's bringing the oil? Perfect. Perfect. Alright then. So, in here, we're gonna want, I reckon 6 pumps will do us. So we'll have 2 lines that go up to the base, and then a 3rd line for other derps later. Let's see. Excuse me. And then what we'll do is this. And this can be where our gas comes in. I should do all this with insulated, just to be safe. But I think this is all going to be like 20 degrees-ish. Anyway. So we'll have our rust, and we'll have our electrolyzers, and they can just do their thing. And then we'll have some automation later to prioritize what goes where, I think. I brush your gas fence. What? Why oil? Just in case I ever end up pumping anything in here that's too warm. I don't want the ethanol to like liquidize, for me, evaporate and cause troubles. So I did it with oil instead. It's got a more forgiving range. Shit, basically. That is the only reason why. Okay. Perfect. What do I want to do here? And obviously we'll have to vacuum this out and stuff as well. Do I have an oil drop-off? I don't know if I do anymore. May have ripped it out at some point. Oh, very germy. I think the packets are going to bounce. Packets going to bounce? Hydrosensor in the gas chamber? Yeah, because they're a manual on and off switch. Yeah, I wouldn't want to do... I can do Atmos sensors, but I thought I'd do hydros. Because the pressure in here is going to be very high. And I just want to be able to toggle them on and off, and that's it, final. I don't care about pressure levels in there. Between the two bridges. Between the two bridges? I think they'll try and find a home. I could be wrong. Would it make you all feel better if I just did 1 for 1? Would that make you feel better? In fact, I've got a better idea of what I'm going to do here. Let me see. I know what I'm going to do. I know what I'm going to do. I know what we're doing. I'm going to do the Mex special. This is how Mex like to do his. I don't know if he still does them like this, but he used to. Not necessarily exactly like this, but similar. The old 4-vent liquid thing. Clocks are the most reliable sensor for control in my experience. I don't know, mate. A liquid sensor that's not in liquid is pretty fucking reliable. I think that's pretty good. Wait, you're doing something like Mex on purpose? Occasionally Mex has great ideas. Occasionally. Sometimes he has ideas just to troll me, though. At which point, we schmite him. But no, Mex has good ideas. Mex builds killer bases. Just different to me. You had a liquid sensor with active gas pressure. I don't think that's a thing. Really? Were you allowed to admit he has good ideas? Yeah. Killer base. I did choose those words in a particular way. I did choose those words on purpose. Killer bases, indeed. Dupe killing bases. It's a long time ago. I don't think that's true. I've always used hydrosensors in very, very high pressure areas. Never once have they triggered. Because they're looking for a liquid. They're not looking for a gas. I think you might be mistaken there, TS. I'm going to be honest with you. I think you might be waffling ditzy. That's what I'm going to say. Waffling ditzy. I don't even know if that's an expression, but I'm going with it. Good old ditzy waffling. Alright. Okay. So let's get some power in here. This is probably going to need its own circuit, and we'll go out Why is my game not drawing things that I asked for? It's been really weird. And I'm just doing another one of you to remind me. This is going to be very busy over here. I'll let him build all this stuff and then we'll wall it. And then obviously we'll need to... A couple of overpressurized vents will let us pump everything out. Because releasing all that carbon dioxide and then all the chlorine has caused a bit of a nightmare here, but it'll be fine. When are you going to upload this on YouTube? It's already scheduled now, Basil, so it's uploading like an hour a day. So I might end up putting like maybe 2 hours a day if we get too backlogged. But yeah, for now it's scheduled for like an hour a day. So yesterday's VOD is already uploaded. I've just not done the thumbnails for it yet. but it's up. Here's what happens. This is my life, guys. Okay. So I upload the video. These are all uploaded. There's 9 videos. This was the 9-hour stream. They're all uploaded, and these will go live at 7:30 AM tomorrow. But I have to schedule them. So I'll put all the stuff in, do all the thumbnails, schedule them. So there's loads of shit I have to do basically after the stream. So I'll finish the stream and then I'll spend like another hour or two doing that. So I upload them overnight, like overnight normally, which means leaving my computer on, which I'm not the most pleased with anymore. I try not to do that anymore. I used to have my computer running non-stop forever. But since I did this upgrade, I try not to do it. Above a bajillion. There we go. Right, we're gonna have to kill this guy. He's being a jerk. Oh, wait, hold on. We can use the new fishing hook things. Food. Law. Let's do that instead. Let's hang this magical hook. Menu super laggy and struggle when painting over. Double check the priority tab. This should attract him out here, shouldn't it? Don't kill him. I'm trying not to. Hey! Right, will this pull him out of here? Come on. Yeah, there he goes. Now whilst he's nomming away, we'll seal him up. He's free! Very good. Don't let him back in. If he goes back in, he's dead. Grab him and bring him to the rec room. No, he's fine. He's okay now. Okay. Let's look at getting some of this power down here. Shit. What have we got lots of in terms of ore? What are you doing at the minute? Eggshell? Fossil? Fossil. This should be cancelled. We've got 39 tons. We've got loads of iron. So let's use some iron. Just for now. And we'll say, give me 50 of them, please. Go. Lightbug's fine until they go harass sleeping tubes. Yeah. That's the other thing with them. I noticed at the start of our game we were getting dupes like rubbing their eyes, crying because they were getting woken up. Jerks. Alright guys, I think, to be honest, I'm going to have an early dart tonight. The reason being, the lady took the day off work today, so we could spend a bit of time together, and I've streamed for most of the night. So I think 5.5 hours is what we're doing today. Just a little recap, we have done quite a few things. We obviously tidied up a shitload of stuff around the base. We got our other power room online and ready to go. We built our little electrolyzer room. We've got another tank built here that we can collect liquids into. We've got an oxygen storage tank that we'll end up pumping all of our oxygen into. We capped this geyser. We capped this geyser. We built a metric shitload of piping. So we did a lot of stuff today. I will be back tomorrow, so back on Monday, 4 PM BST as usual. Genuinely, thank you very much to all the follows and the subs tonight. It was lovely to see you all. Thank you to everyone that's turned up and come and chilled with us in chat. You are always welcome. As ever, one second. As ever, here is the Discord. For those of you that haven't already, please do come and join us on Discord. You're very welcome there. It makes it easier for me to keep in touch with you all and let you know what's going on. And also it's where we post our builds and picks and stuff about Oni, any updates, anything that we find out. That's where it all goes. So if you want to come and find out or stay in the loop with what we're doing in terms of this game, come and join us on Discord. As ever as well, here is the old... Oh, I've lost my thing, never mind. Here's the old YouTube. If you want to catch up on the backlog of the series, I am uploading it at the moment to YouTube. Everything's in playlists on there, so you just have to click through the playlist and you'll find it. As I say, it is updating it's uploading one video a day, but I may well change that because we're streaming quite a lot of Oni at the minute and we're going to end up with a massive backlog of videos, so I may end up putting like 2 up a day or something like that. But they're just unedited, straight from the stream, cut into chunks videos, so hopefully it will help some of you that are looking at builds and stuff. But yeah, I'll be back tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your evening, folks. Do something lovely, make yourselves happy, and I'll be back at 4 PM tomorrow. So take it easy. Much love. Nighty night. Bye bye.